Another day, another MMORPG devlog. In the last video, we started to finally write the messages to the game, and now it's time to do a better client because this is not an actual client. And by the way, if you're not subscribed to this channel, I do daily devlogs on this MMORPG. I'm working up to an hour a day and recording everything and explaining what I'm doing so you can learn from it and hopefully create an online game if you want. So please subscribe if you're not and join the Discord server because you can suggest stuff and it's super cool. We have a lot of cool people out there. Okay, so in this video we're gonna finally start to write a proper client, and if you remember correctly from what I said previously, we're gonna use MMORPG like Blender Game Engine to create the server. Okay, and we are not using Blender Game Engine yet, so we've been creating this game for 11 videos for now, and we don't have anything in 3D. We don't have a model, we don't have a character. That's not good. We're still not gonna have it today, but we are getting closer to it because we need to finish this stuff first, and we need to finish the message system first, and then we will be able to move to an engine. But now, since we're gonna write the client, because this is not a client, come on, and we need to create, we need to pretend that we are already using the game engine, because we don't have a main loop here, but the game engine will have. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create a new file here, and I'm gonna call it testgame.py. That is gonna be our test. This test game, we import the client, so we're gonna import from client, import everything. Here we go. And in here we're gonna have if name equals to main, and then I'm gonna do stuff. Okay, by the way, this will not gonna be in the final version of the game. Why? Because again, we're gonna move to the Blender Game Engine later on, maybe in a few videos. As soon as we finish the basic connections that we are doing here, we're gonna move to the Blender Game Engine and start implementing stuff. Okay, and so let's go ahead and create this. Why there's an error here? Okay, there's not. The client sucks. I'm sorry for the word, but it's not good. So the first thing that we're gonna address is create a proper class to it. So I'm gonna create a class here, class called client. This class may have a constructor, and inside this constructor, it's good to have the connection. Only inside it, self.sock. Okay, so this is the TCP sock. We're gonna have to create a new DP socket later on, and it may be a good idea to pass those stuff here, those variables, as arguments. So let me do it. IP and port. Oops. And I'm gonna save it in an address. Server address. It's gonna be IP and port. Here we go. Then self.server address. Here we go. And another stuff here, we need to start bulletproofing the client. So we're gonna put this inside a try and accept, because if we don't manage to connect it, we're gonna have to throw an error and stuff like that. Okay, so print error, can't connect. I don't know what I'm gonna do here, because in the game engine, put an exit, we're gonna break everything. So we may raise an exception, but again, for now, I leave it like this. Okay, it's not a problem. And now, what I need to do, because again, the server is very easy. It's not complicated. Okay, it's not hard, but we still need to do some stuff here. And the client, I'm sorry, something that I really want to do is to have this running setter and getter. So I will literally copy and paste from the server, because we already have that, so it's gonna be a waste of time to write it again. Here we go. And I'm gonna have to create a running lock and a running. Let me import threading. Import threading. I'm gonna do self-running lock equals to threading dot lock. and I'm gonna do the running. That is a method, like not a method, there's a variable saying that if this stuff is running or not. Again, some people pointed out in the comment that I may not need this thread lock, and I kind of agree. I don't think it's necessary because it's Python. So maybe this boolean, you're gonna be atomic in every operation. But again, I'll keep it here just for now. Okay, leave in the comments what you think, if it's necessary or not to have this lock again here. But anyways, the other stuff that we're gonna have is a start method and a shutdown method. And why, you may ask that? Because in the server, it's very different. It's not like that in the server. In the server, if you recall correctly, we have a run function that we're gonna literally do everything, and once we are out of this run function, we are out of the of everything basically. But the difference here is that this we're gonna run inside the game engine, inside Blender, and Blender already have a main loop, so you cannot like call a function and expect this function to run forever. We need to like go outside of this function. So we need to have like a start and a shutdown. It's important for us to have this, okay? And in the test game, what you can do is like basically import, initialize the client. So we're gonna do client equals to client. And it may be a great idea to put like some default port numbers here as well. And so IP equals to 127.0.0.1 and port equals to 8080. So if you don't pass an IP or a port, you're gonna use the default ones. So this is basically it. And then I'm gonna do like client.start. Here you go. And I may do a while loop or wait for user input. So imp equals to input. So I'm gonna wait for the user input. Actually, I'm gonna do a while loop here. Oh no. Here we go. And if imp equals to kill or imp equals to kit, I'm gonna basically break this while loop and do client.shutdown. Simple like that, okay? Very simple client. Basically, we're gonna start the client, and this we're gonna spawn a bunch of threads and do everything that is necessary, and then we're gonna wait for the kit input from the user. And once the user does the kit input, you're gonna break this while loop and shut down the client. Okay, very simple. And why we are doing this? Because we're gonna run this in Blender, and Blender it's gonna be necessary to do this. Okay, so the start, we're gonna make running equals to true. It's the first thing. In the shutdown, you're gonna do the opposite thing. So running equals to false. And the shutdown, you're also gonna close the socket. Okay, so hey, get out of here. So you're gonna close. The next thing that the start and the shutdown are gonna do is that it will spawn a function to listen to the server. Okay, and listen to server. Maybe we should call this function like this. Okay, so let me put this here. I'm gonna create a protected function, listen to server. Okay, and in a while loop, while self.running, it's gonna block and listen to the server. So let me put the try and accept here, accept, break, self. Oh, this is important. If you have an exception here while you listen to the server, it may be a great idea to set running to false, and also print some stuff here. Error, can't communicate to the server. And in a try, I'm gonna try to retrieve a message from the socket, self.socket.resv, 1024 bytes. It's gonna be enough here again. And I will basically process the message as well, just like we're doing here. So I may create a new function here, yet another one, process message that gonna receive again the message in bytes. And what does this function do? Well, the same thing that we did in the client handle. The whole stuff here. And I can even use the same name here. Here we go. The client receives something from the server. It's the opposite right now. And I'm gonna do pass for now, but it's important for you to know if we receive a message, so if message self.process message, okay? So we're gonna do this, and I'm gonna do the same thing, like is TCP equals to true, just like as a convention for us. And I also have need to have the same method in the same way that we have like a send message in the server. We want to have a send message in the client as well, that are gonna send a message to the server. Okay, very simple here. So what I'm gonna do here, let me think real quick. I may do like self.sock.send all message, simple like that. Okay, so we have a function here that gonna listen to the server, and let me make it private, and you're gonna go in a while loop and keep listening to the server. If it receives a message, you're gonna process the message, and sometime maybe we can send something back to the server. Okay, and again, this function we're gonna be public because we may want to do it like outside. And by the way, if not, self.running return. I got it now. I'm sorry. Now what you need to do is to create like a list of threads here. I don't think we need more than one thread. No, yeah, we need more than one because we're gonna have another thread for UDP later on. Okay. Now we are only talking in TCP, but now later on we're gonna have another one. Anyways, let me make it a dictionary actually. And in the start, I'm gonna do self.threads TCP. We're gonna be equal to threading.thread target. We're gonna be self.listen to server, and we need to start this thread. Start running this, and here we need to join the server, this thread, to wait for it to close. Okay, so that's very simple, and it's gonna work just fine. You're gonna do what we want it to do. Okay, and I don't need this anymore, so let me remove this thing. The process message does nothing. We can kind of see the point here, what we're gonna do, what we're gonna end up happening. I will literally copy and paste this part because it's gonna be the same. We're gonna have a data, and then we're gonna have to process the data and everything else. Okay, not gonna process it right now, but what I may do is like let's do a test, folks. Let's make, because we already have like a game that are gonna do this. So else, if the input is not this, I'm gonna do client.send message, and I will literally do input.encode. No, we don't need to do this. We need to send a proper message to the game. So what are you gonna do is in the client, let me import common, and in the test game I'm gonna import it as well. Import common. I don't think it's necessary because I'm already importing in the client, and I'm gonna create a valid message here. It's the first message, valid message that you're gonna send, and it's gonna be the message send. If we go ahead here in the message send, where's the message send? Where are you? Please. Okay, here we go. Message send. The client, we're gonna send a message send, then we're gonna receive like the message size and the message itself. And we already know how to do it because we're gonna do command dot string 2 bytes, and you're gonna return the byte message containing the string size and stuff like that. So I'm gonna send this to the server. Okay, so every time my clients type stuff, it's gonna send to the server as a message, and we may be able to listen to that. Okay, if everything goes correctly. So this is gonna be the first time in a lot of time that we actually run the server. So let's figure out. It's running, awesome, and there's no message here. Good. So what I'm gonna do is I run the test game, and hopefully it's working and we can send a message. Let me see if it's working right now, like list connections. There's one connection, okay? So the client is connected to the server, awesome. And let's send a message, so potato. There's an exception, class type error. Interesting. You got an exception, folks. It's the first exception. You have one new log, show logs. Okay, so this user sends a new message. It's kinda here, it's in binary. We need to decrypt this this message. Well, we are getting there, right? Cannot communicate to the server. That's what I did, and it shut down. Okay, so if we list connections, there's no connections. Okay, let me quit the server, and we need to patch this exception. And I don't remember where is this exception. Let me go ahead here in the, oh, there's a bunch of stuff. I think it's in the client handle actually. Exception. Here we go. So we are having an exception in the receive. Where's the type? Type error. I don't understand. What's going on here? We're not able to receive a message from the client. Type error. But indeed, after that we do receive a message. It's just like not decrypted. It's in binary. So I have like message send pop string. Why it's in binary? This is weird. This is not, it doesn't make sense, right? Okay, we did a bad thing, folks. We did a bad thing because this exception here is actually catching the message that is actually here. Okay, this is not good. So what I'm gonna do is like message goes to known, and out of this try and exception, I'm gonna do if message. Then I'm gonna do it because we got an error in this. The type error was not like a connection error. It was like a script error, a Python script error, me being dumb, basically. So we need to figure that out. Okay. So let me do it again. Let me clear this, and then let me start another server, and then I'm gonna start another test game. It's connected. Here we go, and then we're gonna send potato. Now we are talking. This is another error, and I know why. I forgot to put like I don't know the name of this. I'm sorry. Let me put a kill here to keep this, and it's in line. Here we go. This is a bad stuff. We need to put this, and now if I run this again. It's working. Quit this. Here we go. Python test. Probably there is a connection. Yes. And let me send potato. It sends no message, and I have 2 new logs here. Let me show logs, and I have here this log, and this is like the encrypted, the original message that you're gonna have. This includes the header, the string size, and the string finally. And because again, in the client handle, if you remember, we are sending this log here, send a new message, and this is the log. And then we immediately call it the process message, and the process message here in the send message sent, it's gonna pop the string and show that to us. And here's the string. That's amazing. Awesome. Let me clear the console and let me send another stuff. Another message. So we have two message. Let me show logs. Another message. Awesome. And then we can literally send anything we want to the server right now. This is the message, and if I go ahead in my server, I have two messages, and if I show the logs, here is a message sent. We can literally send anything to the server right now. It's working, folks. It's working. We have an MMO server working. Let me spawn, because we want to break things. Maybe. Most of the time, we want to break things. So let me try to break this. Let me try to use another, let me try to connect another client. Connected, seems to be working. And let me clear the console and let me list connections. I have two connections here, okay? And let me send a message from this. I don't have any message right now. Let me send a message from this. So this is the first client. And let me send a message from this one. This is the second, client, okay? So I may have two different messages here. Oh yes, I have 4 new logs because again, I had that debug stuff. We're gonna get rid of it. Show logs, and here you go. This client sent, this is the first client, and this other client sent, this is the second client. Working just fine as we expect, okay? And let me shut down everything. I'm gonna keep this. And this is an exception. We need to handle that. We cannot print this exception. This is ugly. Let's not do it. Where's the connection reset? Well, actually, I know where it is this. So I will just keep the server. If we can, because it currently crashed, I guess. Here you go. And let me remove it. Where's the exception in the client handle? Here you go. Let me do like accept connection reset as A. I don't remember how to do the exceptions in Python. I'm like C++ stuff. I'm a C++ guy, so I don't remember this. I think it's this. I think it's like that. Okay, but I'm not sure. Because in the connection reset, I just want to break this thing. I don't want to like keep running this while server does not running. Yeah, I don't think it's like this at all. Let me debug this. Oh, anyways, I think it's like this. And we don't need to print this if you get this exception. If you get another something else, then it's good. Oh, an unused variable. I don't care about this unused variable. Can I just don't? Yes, I can. So this is an exception, and let's do something more interesting here to finish this video, because in the send message, the message sent, if you remember correctly, we're gonna propagate this message to everyone else in the server. So let's do this. In the game server, I'm gonna create a new method here, because we don't have a message to send to everyone. So well, it may be important for us to have. So I'm gonna make send. I think it's great to have like a broadcast to message to everyone. Send message. Let's do send message. Message needs to be in bytes. We'll propagate this message to everyone connected. TCP. Here we go. And then what I'm gonna do is like with connections log. I don't think I need this. Maybe. Yes. Not sure. Let me not use it. For connections in self dot connections con dot send. Connections is like the client handler, right? Send message and you're gonna send exactly this to the connection. Just like that, okay? This is basically how to send a message. Let me put broadcast, because it's to everyone. And then in the client, when we reach this like message send, what I'm gonna do is I propagate back to everyone. So I'm gonna do self.server .send message broadcast, and this message we're gonna be now is the server sending a message, so we need to figure out here server message receive global. Okay, it's gonna send the user ID in the message itself. The user ID is to like figure out what's going on, and let me do that. So common dot message receive global plus we need to send the user ID, and I honestly don't think we have IDs just yet. Do we have IDs? No. So I will honestly send anything. It doesn't matter right now. Then dot int 2 bytes, and I just send 0 size 4 plus common dot string 2 bytes. I'm gonna send a message. Okay, so this is the message, the broadcast message that I'm gonna send to everyone connected. And then in the client, in the process message here, I'm gonna do just for testing to test if header equals to common dot message receive global. I'm gonna read the ID. So ID and data equal to common dot pop bytes, and I'm gonna pop 4 bytes. Okay, data ID. I think we have like the common dot size ID size. Here we go. And then we need to have like message and data common dot pop string data. So it's gonna pop the string, and I will print a message. New message. Just like that, very simple, okay? And this may be enough for us to figure out what's going on in the server. Let me just do this dot byte to integer ID. There you go. I think that's enough for now as a test again. And yeah, let me run the server again. So I'm running the server, it's working. And where is my clients? Let me connect 2 clients here. So I'm connecting 1 client, and I'm connecting another client. Okay. So if I do list connections, I have 2 connections again. And if I send a message from 1 client, I should be able to see this message being broadcasted to the other. So this is a message. New message. This is a message. Okay, and my client itself received the message from itself. It's kind of weird, but it's okay. It's not a problem to do this. Okay, and let me try it again, and we received another message. So let me answer. And here we go. Let me answer. In other words, the server is actually propagating the message to everyone else. Okay, and I have 6 new messages, so let me show logs, and I have a bunch of messages here. But again, it's working just fine, and yes, we can be happy. Can I shut down the people from here? Can I be bad? We should make like a ban users. It's gonna be so good. But anyways, something that I noticed is that if I shut down the server, I press Q here, it is not gonna quit unless all the clients disconnects. And this is bad because you don't want to do this. Like when you quit your server, you want to shut down everyone else. You want to say, hey, bye bye. I don't care about you anymore. you may want to do this. So we need to do that in the next video. But for now, well, we did a lot of stuff actually. We have like the client. Now we need, of course, to have a bunch of headers here to everyone. But again, this is a lot of stuff, and I'm glad we reached this point because we are getting very close to put this in Blender and seeing stuff moving in the screen, which are gonna be amazing for sure. Okay, so that's it for this video, folks. In the next video, we're gonna finish all the headers from the client, and then we're gonna start to write the rules that we already have it described here in the flows. So we need to start writing this. But again, first of all, we need to finish all the headers, because for right now we have all the headers that the client sends to the server, but we don't have the opposite way, so we need to do that. That's it for this video, folks. I hope you enjoy it, and I see you in the next video.